He brought us out to bring us in. Before the cross, there was no general access to God. Only the high priest could enter the Holy of Holies. Jesus' cross made a path for us into the Father's presence. By his grace alone, God tore down the wall that blocked us from his presence. Consider Israel's miraculous deliverance. As God's people crossed over on dry land, they saw the waves crash down on their enemy behind them. Wow, what a sight. It was a glorious moment, and they held a mighty praise meeting. We're freed. God has delivered us from the hand of oppression. Israel's story represents our own deliverance from the guilt of sin. Because it chases you. We know that Satan was defeated at the cross, and we were immediately set free from his iron grip. Victory. Yet there is more to God's purpose in saving and delivering us. You see, the Lord never meant for Israel to settle on the victory side of the Red Sea. His greater purpose in bringing them out of Egypt was to take them into Canaan, his land of fullness. In short, he brought them out in order to bring them into his heart, into his love. The same is true today. Israel's first test came just a few days later, and they ended up murmuring and complaining, totally dissatisfied. Why? They had experienced God's deliverance, but they had not learned his great love for them. Yes. Here is the key to this teaching. You cannot come into joy and peace. Indeed, you cannot know how to serve the Lord until you see his delight in your deliverance, until you see the joy of his heart over his communion with you, until you see that every wall has been removed at the cross, until you know that everything of your past has been judged and wiped away. God says, I want you to move on into the fullness of that awaits you in my presence. Do not miss God's greater purpose. Some backslide over guilt of their sin. They learn to forgive God, forgive themselves and others, and they have victory.